Good evening, beautiful souls. Tonight, we continue our exploration of the nature of existence, turning our attention to the transitions that bridge the realms, the sacred crossings between life, death, and rebirth. In our previous journeys, we explored the circles of existence and the radiant shining lands, where perfected souls return to light. Now, we'll look at how movement between these realms occur, both in spirit and in practice, and how, even in this lifetime, we can touch those thresholds. In the great tapestry of existence, nothing stands still. The soul is always in motion, flowing between states of being, just as the tides flow between shore and sea. The veil that separates the worlds, life and death, matter and spirit, is not a wall, but a membrane. It breathes, it responds, and at certain moments it grows thin enough for us to see what lies beyond. The veil is not meant to imprison or divide, but to maintain balance. It keeps the energies of each realm distinct enough to serve their purpose: the physical world for experience and growth, the underworld for reflection and rest, the divine realm for renewal and reunion. Yet even with all these distinctions, the currents of energy never stop flowing between them. The same life force that animates our bodies moves through the soil, the stars, and the spirits that dwell beyond sight. For most souls, movement between these circles happens through the natural rhythm of death and rebirth. When our time in the circle of life ends, the spirit releases its physical form and passes into the circle of rebirth, where it rests, heals, and learns. When the time is right, it returns once more to life, carrying fragments of wisdom, memory, and growth. But within Wiccan and pagan traditions, there are moments when the veil can be crossed in consciousness, when, through ritual and altered awareness, we can perceive beyond it. When we cast the magic circle, for example, we are creating a sacred space that stands between worlds. Within that circle, we are not bound by ordinary time or matter. It becomes a reflection of the greater circles of existence, a microcosm of the cosmic wheel. The act of casting, invoking, and grounding allows us to stand at the threshold between realms, to sense the movement of energy that connects life, death, and the divine. Through trance, meditation, or the rhythm of ritual, we may glimpse the circle of rebirth, the realm of our ancestors. Sometimes it comes as whispers in the mind, sometimes as the deep knowing that arises in silence. In those moments, the barrier softens, and we remember that we were never truly separate from those who came before us. Their energy flows through our veins, their lessons echo in our spirits, and their wisdom guides our own evolution. In even deeper states of awareness, some practitioners touch the edge of the divine, what we might call the circle of Danu, or the heart of the shining lands. Here, duality dissolves. The soul experiences unity, not as a concept, but as truth. These moments are fleeting, for we are not yet meant to dwell there permanently. But the glimpse itself can change everything. It reminds us that we are divine beings in human form, learning through experience what we already know in spirit. When we speak of crossing the veil, it's easy to imagine a single event, a doorway flung open, a dramatic passage between life and death. But in truth, the veil is crossed in countless small ways. Every time we dream, we walk its edge. Every time we feel the presence of someone who has passed or sense the rhythm of life renewing itself in spring, we are touching that boundary. It's not somewhere we go. It's something we live within. The veil thins naturally during certain times of the year. Sowan, Beltane, the other liminal points in the cycles. During these times, communication between realms is easier, not because the worlds themselves change, but because we do. We become more open, more attuned, more aware of the subtle threads connecting us. The rituals of these seasons, honoring ancestors, lighting candles for the departed, celebrating fertility and renewal, are not just symbolic acts. They are ways of harmonizing our energy with the pulse of existence. Understanding this movement between worlds allows us to live more consciously. Death loses its sting when we recognize it as transformation. Life gains deeper meaning when we see it as part of a much larger continuum. The magic we work, the meditations we practice, the reverence we offer to the natural world, all are ways of aligning ourselves with the great cycle that never truly ends. And so, beautiful souls, as we move forward on this path, remember that the veil is not something to fear or even to pierce. It is to be honored, a sacred balance that allows creation to unfold in perfect rhythm. We are meant to move between worlds, but always with respect, with awareness, and with love. Each breath we take is a crossing. Each heartbeat is a rhythm shared between the seen and the unseen. And every act of consciousness brings us closer to remembering what we have always been, eternal travelers on the endless spiral of existence. And that's about it for us tonight on Aislin's Enchanted Path. In our next step along the journey, we'll explore the realm of the ancestors, those luminous spirits who dwell within the circle of rebirth, guarding the wisdom of the ages. Until then, may your path be gentle, your magic deep, and your spirit ever open to the song of the worlds. Blessed be.